Now, sa video natin ngayon, we will answer this problem from Hibbeler's book, but meron ako mga inad na problems. So, we have a particle daw that travels along a straight line with a velocity v is equal to 12 minus 3t squared meter per second, where t is in seconds. When time is equal to 1 second, the particle is located 10 meters to the left of the origin. Now, we have to determine the acceleration when t equals 4 seconds and identify whether the body is decelerating or accelerating. And then also determine the displacement from t equals 0 to t equals 10 seconds and the distance the particle travels during this time period. After which, calculate the average speed and average velocity. So medyo marami-rami yung mga tanong. So let's try to break it down. Now we are given the velocity function. Ayan. So if we will integrate, makukuha natin yung displacement as a function of time. But if we are to differentiate, then we can obtain the acceleration as a function of time. So, kopyahin natin yan. V is equal to 12 minus 3t squared. Now, sa previous video natin, I have already explained how we can tackle this problem. So, medyo bilisan na lang natin yung integration saka differentiation na process. So, di ba, differentiating v, we would have dv over dt, which is just equal to the acceleration. Then, differentiate with respect to time, yung 12 constant term, magiging 0 na yan. And then, yung 3t squared naman, 2 times negative 3, that will give us negative 6. Then, bawas tayo ng 1 sa exponent, magiging t na lang. So, this is acceleration with respect to time. Now, for the first question, determine the acceleration when t is equal to 4 seconds daw. So, simply, substitute 4 seconds sa function natin. So, the acceleration at 4 seconds is equal to negative 6, then multiplied by 4. So, negative 6 multiplied by 4, this will give us negative 24. And then, our unit is meter per second squared. Binigay kasi yung unit ng velocity. Meter per second daw. So, differentiating with respect to time, kaya naging meter per second squared. Change in velocity with respect to time. So, negative 24 yan. But how can we know if the body is decelerating or accelerating? The sign alone cannot tell. So here are a few things that you have to remember. First, the body changes its direction of motion when its velocity passes through 0 and then reverses sign from positive to negative or vice versa. Now, this point is called the turning point. And then to determine if the body is accelerating or decelerating, the sign of acceleration alone does not suffice. Kasi, if velocity and acceleration have the same sign, dyan mo malalaman if the object is speeding up or accelerating. And then if velocity naman and acceleration have opposite signs, the object is actually slowing down. So, decelerating. And then the direction of motion is determined by the sign of velocity, not position. This is a common mistake sa undergraduate students talaga. Whenever I'm asking for the direction of motion, yung displacement function yung ginagamit nila. But actually, the position tells you where the object is at a specific time, but not where it's going. So kaya, always, kapag direction ng motion yung tinatanong, check the sign of velocity. Kapag negative, by convention, direction is to the left, and then kapag positive naman, the direction is to the right. And then ito rin, the average velocity is the displacement per unit time. So, the sign can be positive, negative, or 0. Depende sa direction. So, possible maging 0 yan if, let's say, you have a particle, tapos nag-move siya ng 6 meters east. And then, when reaching this point, let's say, bumalik siya sa starting point. Ayan, nag-travel siya ng 6 meters west. So, di ba, yung displacement dyan, magiging 0 lang. Kasi yung initial position and final position are on the same point. So, dyan magiging 0 yung average velocity. Now, the average speed naman, it is the total distance traveled per unit time. So, kapag total distance, 6 meters east, then 6 meters west, the total distance is 12 meters. So, divide that by the total time, yan yung average speed. Pero yung average velocity sa case na to is equal to 0. Now, average speed and average velocity can only be equal if motion is in a straight line without turning. So this was explained sa first video natin, but binalik ko lang since this is present sa problem natin. So balik tayo sa acceleration. We obtained a value of negative 24. So ngayon, let's check the sign of velocity. So ito yung velocity as a function of time. So 12 minus 3t squared. Now substitute natin yung 4. At t equals 4 seconds, the velocity is 12 minus 3 times 4 squared. So this will give us negative 36. Ayan. So diba, yung sign ng velocity is negative, sign ng acceleration is also negative. Kapag magkatugma yung signs, the body is accelerating. So again, even if we obtained a negative value para sa acceleration, the body is actually accelerating since same yung signs ng dalawa. Now, kapag negative yan, tas ito naman positive, then it would be decelerating. So again, negative 24 meter per second squared and then accelerating yan. So this is our answer for the first question. Ayan. Now for the second question naman, determine the displacement from t equals 0 to t equals 10 seconds. Sa ibang page naman. But take note na meron tayong boundary condition. When t is equal to 1 second daw, the particle is located 10 meters to the left of the origin. Now, sinabing to the left of the origin, meaning at t equals 1, the body is at parang negative 10 meters. Kasi nasa left siya ng origin. So now, balik tayo sa velocity na equation. Diba, v is equal to ds over dt. Ayan. And then, multiplying this sa kabila, this would be v dt is equal to ds. And then, integrate natin yung dalawang sides. Now, for time, at t equals 1 second daw, lagyan mo ng 1 dyan, tapos t, the particle is located 10 meters to the left. So, to the left, use negative 10. Huwag mong gamitan ng positive 10. So, by convention na lang, to the left is negative, to the right is positive for the position. Then, ito naman, s. So, from negative 10 to s. Now, palitan natin yung v. Binigay kasi yan, 12 minus 3t squared. Tapos, dt equals integral from negative 10 to s. Then, this is ds. So, integrating 12 minus 3t squared, magiging 12t minus 3t cubed divided by 3. So, matitira na lang is t cubed na lang. And then, apply the limits 1 to t. And then, equals integrating ds with respect to s, magiging s. And then, apply the limits negative 10 saka s. So, this now becomes 12t minus t cubed, substituting t, then minus 12 times 1 minus 1 cubed. Ayan. Applying the definite integral. Then, sa kabilang side naman, this would be s. Copy mo lang yan, substitute s. Then, minus, substitute negative 10, ito lang. So, negative yan, tas ito negative 10, it will be plus 10 na. So, essentially, this will be our equation. Copy lang natin to. 12 times 1 pala, ito pala naka-bracket dapat. 12 times 1 is 12, 1 cubed is 1. So, this is 11. So, 12t minus t cubed minus 11 is equal to s minus negative 10 magiging plus 10. So, moving this to the other side, we would have 12t minus t cubed. Then, minus 11, ito, magiging minus 10 na. So, minus 21 is equal to s. So, this now describes the position with respect to time. So, box natin yan. Now, to determine the displacement from t equals 0 to t equals 10 seconds, we can plot the points of the position. So, always set your origin. Let's say we have this line, and then this is our origin. Ayan. Now, to plot the points, let's just use our calculator. Ayan. Diba, this describes the position. So, press mode, and then table, 7. Then, just input the function. But instead of using t, just use x. Kasi yan yung independent variable natin. So, parang 12x minus x cubed, and then minus 21. So, let us start from 0, and then end tayo at 10 seconds. Para ma-plot talaga natin lahat for this particular example. So, end tayo sa 10, and then our interval is for every 1 second lang. So, wag mo nang baguhin to. So, press equals. We already have our table. So, at time is equal to 0, yan yung x natin. F of x describes as. So, at time equals 0, the position of the particle is negative 21. So, it is located to the left of the origin. So, negative 21 is somewhere here. So, lagyan natin ng t equals 0. So, this distance daw is equal to 21 meters. And then, at time is equal to 1, the position is negative 10. Diba, ito yung boundary condition natin. When t equals 1 second, the particle is located 10 meters to the left of the origin. So, this is the reason why we apply the boundary condition. Para tama yung displacement as a function of time. So, plot natin yan. Yung 10 is, let's say, andito. So, this is at time is equal to 1 second. And then, yung distance na yan is equal to 10 meters. Now, at t equals 2 naman, the body is positioned negative 5. So, to the left of the origin. So, andito na siya. Ayan. Move na lang natin yung line natin. So, again, this is at t equals 2 seconds. And then, this distance is equal to 5. 5 meters to the left of the origin. Ayan. Now, diba, it's tiring to plot all the points. So, yung gagawin na lang natin, let's just first identify at what time t the body will switch direction. So, diba, we can identify that if the velocity passes through 0 and then reverses sign. So, balik tayo dyan. And then, let's determine kung saan magzi-zero yung velocity. So, just take the velocity equation, 12 minus 3t squared, and then set this equation to 0. Ayan. So, the body will switch direction at a specific time. So, solving this one, move this to the other side of the equation, we would have 3t squared is equal to 12. Ayan. And then, divide natin yung dalawang sides by 3. Ayan. This would cancel. So, t squared is equal to 12 divided by 3, magiging 4. So, square root ng dalawang sides. So, t equals square root of 4. Diba, essentially, plus minus 2 dapat. But wala kasing negative time. So, discard the negative 2 and just include positive 2. So, at 2 seconds, the body will switch direction. So, there is a turning point. Ayan. So, if you will try to check sa table natin, at time equals 2 seconds, the body is located 5 meters to the left of the origin kasi negative 5. Pero, nung nag 3 seconds na, the body is located negative 12. So, negative 12 to the left of the origin. So, di ba, merong change in direction. Bale, at t equals 2 seconds, this signifies the turning point. So, kapag ipa-plot natin yung at 3 seconds, andito na siya. At negative 12. Ayan. So, this is at time is equal to 3 seconds. So, yung movement ng body at t equals 0 to t equals 2 seconds, it is moving to the right. Ayan. But then, merong turning point dyan. So, the body will switch directions. It is now moving to the left. Ayan. And then, instead of plotting everything, check na lang natin kung ano yung location niya when t is equal to 10. So, di ba, makikita nyo naman na from t equals 3 seconds, it is still moving to the left. From minus 12, naging negative 37, hanggang naging negative 901 when time is equal to 10. So, hindi na lang natin isa-scale kasi medyo malayo yung position yan, negative 901. Sabihin na lang natin, andito siya. Ayan. So, this is at time is equal to 10 seconds. Ayan. So, continue natin yung movement. Paganyan siya. And then, this distance is equal to 901. Again ha, all distances are measured from the origin. So, minus 901 to the left. 901 meters. Ayan. Now, move ko na lang to. And then, let's try to first determine the displacement. Diba, yung displacement, it is the final position minus the initial position. So, lagay natin, delta S, or displacement, is equal to the final position minus the initial position. So, our final position is at 901 meters to the left. So, this is negative 901. Then, minus SI, the initial position, at time equals 0, the body is located 21 meters to the left. So, parang minus negative 21. Ayan. So, yung result niyan, magiging negative 880. Tapos, naka-meters. So, again, ito yung displacement. From the initial position to the final position, ito yung mami-measure natin. Now, the result is negative 880. So, the final position is located to the left of the initial position. So, lagay na lang natin dyan, displacement. Ayan. Pero, kapag total distance naman, then you have to add all of these. So, again, ito yung sagot natin para sa first question. And then, for the distance naman, the distance the particle travels during this time period, label na lang natin as D. This would be, ano yung distance na yan? Diba, this distance is equal to 21 meters minus 5 meters. I hope agree lang. Again, 21, at time equals 0, 21 to the left. And then, nag-switch siya ng direction at t equals 2 seconds, at which 5 meters to the left yung position niya. So, 21 minus 5 is equal to 16. So, parang, ito na lang, 21 minus 5, then plus, this distance naman, yung na-travel niya. Now, take note ha, although naka-curve yan dyan, straight line pa rin yung motion. Ginawa lang natin curve para ma-emphasize yung turning point. So, this total distance, ayan, that would be equal to 901 meters position when time equals 10 seconds. Tapos, babawasan natin ng 5 meters. Diba? Kasi itong distance lang na to, yung kailangan natin. So, plus 901 minus 5. So, this would become 16 plus 901 minus 5. We would have 896. So, adding both, magiging 912. Ayan. So again, yung distance, hindi siya vector quantity. So always lang yan magiging positive. Absolute value lang. So again, this is displacement. And then ito naman, this is total distance. So if we are to calculate the average velocity, we have to use this one. So the average velocity, V average na lang, is equal to negative 880 meters divided by the total time. So the total time is 10 seconds. So this is negative 88 tapos meter per second. Again, kapag average velocity, pwedeng maging negative or positive yung sign. Depende sa direction. So ito na yung sagot para sa average velocity. And then for the average speed naman, we will use the total distance. So average speed, ano na lang, AVG speed. This is equal to 912 meters divided by 10 seconds. So this would be 91.2 meter per second. Ayan. So notice na merong discrepancy sa dalawa since meron kasing turning point. But if walang turning point, then both quantities may be equal. Now, if you don't want to draw the diagram, then you can just actually use integration. So ito yung process. So di ba ito yung values na nakuha natin para sa displacement saka total distance. So for the total displacement, ito yung shortcut. You can just integrate the velocity function. Di ba yung velocity, if you will integrate, magiging position na siya. So 12 minus 3t squared. Ayan. Tapos merong dt. Now kapag displacement, automatic lang. From 0 to 10. Ayan. At time equals 0 to time equals 10 seconds. So, integrate mo yan from 0 to 10, then 12 minus 3t squared. So, equals, we have negative 880. Ayan. So, di ba, automatic na. Without drawing the diagram, makukuha mo na yung value sa displacement. Now, itong distance yung medyo tricky. Kasi di ba yung distance, we have to account the change in direction. Yung displacement kasi, yan lang yung final position minus initial position. So kapag distance naman, you have to split the interval kung saan nag-switch direction. So di ba alam natin na at time equals 2 seconds, yan yung turning point. So therefore, when you will integrate, you have to use from 0 to 2 muna, yung limit mo, 12 minus 3t squared. Ayan. And then, plus, integrate ulit, starting from 2 going to 10, the direction is to the left na kasi. So, kaya, we have to split it. So, 12 minus 3t squared, then dt. Now, wag mo lang siyang i-input sa calculator directly, split both. So, pag in-input mo to sa calculator, you will obtain a value of 16. So, parang 16, then plus, from 2 to 10 naman. So, 2 saka, ito naman 10, equals. So, we obtain a value of negative 896. So, bakit natin hiniwalay yung dalawa? Take note na kapag total distance, kailangan absolute value yung dalawa. Ito, going to the right, absolute value. Going to the left, still absolute value pa rin. So, essentially, parang ito pala yan. Absolute value. Tapos, ito rin. Ayan. So, again, yan yung reason why we are splitting the two. So, lagyan na lang din natin ng absolute value. So, plus naman, negative 896. So, essentially, adding both, magiging 16 plus 896 na. Positive yung dalawa. So, magiging 912. Tapos, meters. Ayan. So, noong undergrad, nagdodraw talaga ako ng diagram. Pero, nung na-master ko na yung diagram, dun ko na ginagamit yung equations na to. Again, mas mabuti kasi kapag you will start from the basics, and then, once nagamay mo na yung basics, mas madali na yung integration. So, take note lang na for distance, i-divide mo yung interval where merong change in direction. Then, always use the absolute values. So, let me demonstrate also na, diba, meron akong nilagay kanina. Ito. We have already discussed this problem na to. And also this one, whether the body is accelerating or decelerating. But ito wala pa. The direction of motion is determined by the sign of velocity and not position. So, balik tayo sa example natin. Let's say, the question is, at time equals 1 second, what is the direction of motion? Ayan. So, let's say, we are to use the position function. Diba, yung kanina, nakuha natin is, ito. Copy ko na lang Ayan. So, when using S, substitute 1 sa lahat ng t dyan. So 12 times 1 minus 1 cubed, then minus 21, we would obtain a negative value. So negative 10 kapag ito yung ginamit mo. Pero again, this is wrong. Kasi again, di ba, to check the direction of motion, always check the velocity. So yung velocity natin is 12 minus 3t squared. So just input 1 dyan. 3 times 1 squared. Ayan. So 12 minus 3. Magiging 9. So positive 9 meter per second. Ayan. So positive yan, meaning the body is actually moving to the right. So yan yung ibig kong sabihin na the position does not suffice talaga. What determines the direction of motion would be the velocity. Kasi di ba, at time is equal to 1, from 0, di ba, nag-move siya to the right. At time is equal to 1, still moving to the right siya. So kaya, yung makukuha mo dyan na value is positive, hindi negative. So again, ito yung common mistake ng students. So try to avoid this one. And then, let's say, di ba alam natin na nag-change ng direction when time was equal to 2. So, sabihin natin, merong tanong na at t is equal to 5 seconds, what is the direction of motion? Ayan. So, at t is equal to 5 seconds, substitute mo lang sa velocity equation. So, 12 minus 3 times 5 squared. Ayan, lagyan na lang natin ng v. We would have 12 minus 3 times 25, magiging negative 63 meter per second. So negative yung sign dyan, therefore the body is moving to the left. Ayan. So makikita nyo naman, at time is equal to 5, somewhere dito yan. So to the left na yung direction niya, sa region na yan. To the right, from 0 to 2 seconds. Then, to the left naman, from 2 to 10 seconds. So, highlight na lang din natin yan. Para holistic talaga yung discussion. Now, yung kanina, di ba, na-solve natin yung acceleration at time is equal to 4 seconds. Yung nakuha natin na velocity, negative 36, and then acceleration is also negative. So, same direction yung dalawa. Now, di ba, at time is equal to 4 seconds, andito na siya na region, going to the left. So, if the body is moving to the left, and then yung acceleration is also to the left, that's why the body is accelerating. The body can only be decelerating if opposite yung signs ng dalawa. So, I hope that this would clarify most of the misunderstandings. So, indicated na talaga lahat sa problem na to. Once again, salamat sa pagkikinig. Thank you.